Greetings everyone, and great here for another H-Bars 4 replays. Well, on the bottom left side is the Cyan Byzantine. We have KnockKnock. Who's there? As on the top right side is the green Zuzi's Legacy. We have Jonder, Depp. When it comes to map generation, we got the deer a little up the hill, so a little bit more exposed, but can't be securable with the amount of choke points. This deer is a little bit more in the open, but next to some golden trees, so a good spot for another town center. Over here, see the Byzantine player. Berry deposit a little bit farther away. His initial one is closer but contestable. He does have a relatively safe deer deposit next to some berry bushes. Very good amount of food there. More, I mentioned that one. Other deer deposits way over here next to the relic. Cisterns now pulled on the field as well. Number of sheep being collected by both sides. Looks like Science doing a little bit better. Does miss out on these two sheep here. Grand Winery now being pulled on the field. Meditation Gardens. Meditation Gardens will be placed in the middle of these two berry deposits, which should give him, let's see, each one will be what, 36? So perhaps 72 food per minute, which is not bad. You know, this map, if you really scout it out, could give you a bit more resources. It tends to be a bit more congested, but that's simply not the case. It may skim the stone deposit, so you may get also a decent amount of stone, so this may be a good spot for it. You will definitely get maybe a handful of wood chips as well. Maybe the kids in this from his town center plays the game pick up sticks around those trees. That's how they collect up those sticks, I'm guessing. And does get collect some stone, so that looks like a good spot. A little bit of stone generation can go a long way, especially just get out the free hand cannoneer slits, or should I say, mostly paid for, since the stone will be free. You still have to collect a bit of gold for it, of course. Blacksmith going on up, archery range as well, and he's surprising the Zunchnu, so he's going to be a bit aggressive. Grand Wineries on the field. Let's see, mercenary camp. We've got horse stables. Let's see what Sapahi could be very useful. Go for his own Zunchnus. Actually, mercenary war elephants could be quite interesting, though it's pretty common to see if he goes for mercenary war elephants, then we're likely to see 10,000 bolt crossbowmen against them. So perhaps not. They can use Zunchnus to engage the Zunchnus. Sapahi wouldn't be half bad. Nice thing about it as well, if you go for the mercenary camps around one of the trade posts, the Golden Tower will build those units as well. And assuming you don't progress up in leveling, you could get out like permanent kill Zunchnus of your own. Sapahi are not half bad as well, being the heaviest of all the horsemen. And mercenary argleteers could always be quite nice, but he is, let's see, we do have a mercenary camp in the field going for the Western mercenary contract. I'm sort of surprised we didn't see the Silk Road mercenaries for the javelin throwers. Either way, got the scout and horseman there. So these units going on down, does take out a horseman there. Got these forces pushing forward. One of his villagers do go down. And mercenary or not mercenary horsemen do take some bit of damage there. Going for a round of mercenary longbow, which are going to be good against the Zunchnus. It's all for a good range against them. Looks like these villagers may go down there. We do also drop sheep carcass here. Not all the berries have been collected on up. Currently, right now, he does have 28 berries, or olive oil. We can't afford any more longbowmen at this round, so it doesn't have to really collect them up at this moment. You can always collect them up a little bit later. Horseman charging way forward, trying to get some more hits on those villagers. Right now, is playing Ring Around the Rosie. Spearman doing a good job of keeping the horsemen at bay. And now got the outpost there. One horseman does go down. Could upgrade the hand cannoneer slip, which he is. More Byzantine archers now being deployed on the field. I'll cut some of these berry bushes there. The meditation gardens could be disturbed. Ah, there we go. We're getting 3 wood per minute. So whatever kid they have collecting up, playing the game pickup 6 is doing a good job. Got a single spearman here. He's going to engage, but he is taking some damage, including from town center, hand cannoneer fire. Good news introduced here versus a whole bunch of longbowmen. We got +1 damage, plus a range armor for Zuzi's Legacy. Got neither of those upgraded to the Byzantine player. So those Zunch News will do a lot more damage. Got these forces pushing their way forward. Handful of olive groves here as well. Horsemen charging way forward. The horseman does go down. We do now have the battering ram now built. Battering ram pushes his way down south. We've got a handful of housing here. Archers and longbowmen push way forward, getting some damage onto those palace guard. And the spearman does go down there. Over here we do now the horsemen go on down. As these forces are on top of the cliff side, so longbowmen will have a decent spot to gauge from. Zinchnews hitting some of those longbowmen. He has a +1 range armor, which is probably a bit more important to go for first against fighting against Zinchnews. Horsemen charging way forward, longbowmen archers being microed away. Got some early palace guard to pull on the field. Zinchnews just getting overran by the horsemen. All those forces starting to quickly go on down. Oh, quite a bit of overkill then on that one. Forces backing on off. We do have these horsemen in the region. Does take some damage there. Horsemen should be able to deal with those palace guard. The horsemen there in good numbers. Zinchnews being engaged by these various forces. All these forces moving around. He has only 4 longbowmen remaining. Does not have enough oil for another round of them. Horsemen engaging all the palace guard now. Able to use their numbers to clean them all up. Got these longbone archers backing on off as well. These forces are starting to fall back now. Horsemen backing on off. Do now have a battering ram here being built. Then of olive oil stored on up, or should I say Creo siphon. Dragon Tower not being put on the field, which is the other Age 1 landmark. We progress him to the Song Dynasty, and he'll also get a bit of rebate upon building military structures. So that could be very useful before I start building stables. Horse move around, they could disturb the gardens. 66 food per minute, 25 stone per minute. A number of Zunchus back here. Do get a decent volley there. Creo siphon now pushes way forward. Quite a bit of damage onto the batting on these archer ranges. And the archers and longbones can stay nice and back with them in order to protect them. Creo siphons gain some good damage. Archer range starting going down next. His force back here just not really accumulating. Not building any more units. It's almost all the resources consumed. I wasn't paying attention up here, but he has no reserve of resources. And what he had a whole large number of idle villagers. Or maybe he was moving around. He's not aging up. He's starting to build some more Palace Guard and Zunchus. Overall, Palace Guard would be pretty good. Maybe Palace Guard or Horsemen. His opponent has not pulled out a good number or any number of them, Tanny. So going for his own Horsemen, good numbers would probably be pretty good. Zunchus will be generally effective, but I would probably advise transitioning to more Horsemen Palace Guard composition. And more emphasis on the Horsemen, I would say. Zunchus are now pushing way forward, a small number of them providing some great fire support. Now I've got the battery rams pushing way forward. That's one way to disturb the meditation gardens, by setting it on fire. All the Palace Guard and all the horsemen are cleaned on up, just leaving a handful of Zunchus. He needs whatever melee units he has to engage those battering rams. He can, for the Creo siphons, let the Zunchus engage his opponent's army. We've got a good number of archers not being put on the field. And pushing his way forward. The Byzantine opponent's going for more horsemen to help engage these Zunchus. Both Creo siphons knocked down. Meditation Garden severely disturbed. Down to 18-6. Horsemen are starting to close on those archers. Palace Guard and Horsemen have the same natural armor rate at this point in time, or should I say early Palace Guard. And so the Horsemen offer a little bit more speed and bulk to help engage these archers than the Palace Guard, early Palace Guard. As well as a bit more damage as well, offering higher bonus damage. Horsemen do 18 damage per strike, as well as the Palace Guard's early Palace Guard's just 9. In fact, if you look at the early Palace Guard compared to Horsemen, early Palace Guard does 9 damage and has 120 health, while being pretty slow compared to Horsemen. Horsemen have 125 health, 9 damage as well, and much higher speed. Though I suppose the early Palace Guard does technically have higher DPS with a higher swing rate. But overall, the Horsemen against opposing archers will be better. And generally, in most cases, better. After all, Palace Guard is actually slightly more expensive. It's when they get the other ages, they'll be a little bit better. But of course, Palace Guards don't really have a hard counter to them being a heavy infantry, while horsemen have a hard counter in the form of spearmen. You may hear my drink open up. My apologies. Got these forces migrating up north. Got +1 melee damage out of the way for the Zuzi's Legacy. Horsemen do take some damage there. More early Palace Guard now being put on the field. And yeah, in small numbers like that, they're just getting ripped apart. One does have +1 damage. Palace Guard engaging these various forces. Crossbows backing on off. More Palace Guard are able to connect with some of those archers. Zinju's backing on off from the horsemen. Green's army should probably still be cleaned on up. Right now, Science Horsemen can engage Palace Guard in reasonable head-to-head combat. Golden Horn Tower now being built. So the Byzantine player will be aging out. The Zuzi's Legacy player is very far from aging up. They do also have very similar village numbers. Just Green has a slight advantage and does also have both sides have lost 3 villages as well. And Green has transitioned to mass granary economy, so we've got pretty much a full granary setup already in feudal age. And this has been a prolonged feudal age. He does have 40 villages on food right now, and a handful of villages on wood, and a very small number of villages on gold. You know, the Byzantine players aged up. Lucy's Legacy player will be fighting against a tech advantage very soon. There's a very small window to clean up this force before they'll have a massive tech advantage. But right now, the tech advantage is just going to be the veteran mercenary contracts. And also Varanian Guard. He's starting to transition to Longbowman Varanian Guard, looks like. Varanian Guard trying to engage these forces. Palace Guards are a little bit wounded. They should be able to run the panel from Varanian Guard no problem. They have, of course, mana armor speed, while the early Palace Guard has Musafadi warrior speed. They're just getting stabbed there as well. Palace Guard still keeping their distance. Transitioning over to this gold deposit now. Mount Lu Academy, so the Zuzi's Legacy players on age up. He has plenty of food, not a lot of wood nor gold. With the amount of food he has, I would assume he may have would have tried to go for the Shaolin Monastery to get out some Shaolin monks. Guess not. He has way too much food. Hopefully he has a mark on the field. There's quite a bit of taxes he can get here as well. Science now trying to get a whole bunch of gold here. Also, we'll have a cistern nearby. Also be in a good position to help collect up some stone there as well. Regular Palace Guard now being pulled on the field. We got there's the Mount Lu Academy going for the faster Imperial officials. Going to be whipping them into shape. After all, no, that's the regional inspections. single whip perform, it's how you whip in the shape. Because after all, threatening someone with a whip is pretty effective at making them not be at a certain location quicker. His forces sort of falling back now. We do now have that now complete. A +1 range armor. He already has +1 melee armor for the Byzantine player. Grand Guard right now has 7 melee armor, so this Palace Guard would do 4 damage per hit. No, 6 damage per hit. They can get the 7. Up north, we do have single cataphract here. Cataphracts are much more expensive than standard cavalry at a rate of 330, but they're much more heavier. Palace Guards still running away, take some severe damage. There goes that cataphract. These forces taking more damage. Oh, one's even more wounded, 1 health remaining. More Palace Guard and crossbows to forward. These guys really could use a monk. Does get into formation there. I would say it's actually probably a good idea to find a monk for them. Healing them up with a monk will pay for themselves. Speaking about monks, this monk does find a relic. Does get a good follow into him, but the monk has enough health to play around with. Monk stays alive. He does have 1 relic in the Grand Winery. Palace Guard and crossbows charging way forward. Crossbows being focused on by longbowman, very nice. You could try pushing that monk over here to go for Wolo, though I suppose the monk is far too wounded for that. Grand Guard trying to pursue these Palace Guard. These Palace Guard backing on off. Crossbows take out that a monk there. Got some villagers here. Or these villagers now getting hacked apart. All these villagers getting hit. Grand Guard now falling back. Also got some lance connects to point of view. Most of them being pulled out by the Golden Horn Tower. Which should be they should be decently effective versus these Palace Guard, able to get some good AoE damage. Though against the Zunshus, they will take quite a bit of extra damage. Cataphract does go down there. Grand Guard engaging the Palace Guard. Crossbows get a good volley there. 1 lance connects now mix on in, gains some decent damage. Lance Connect does go down. Another round of Lance Connects should be almost deployed out. A longbowman eyeing for those crossbows. Palace Guard have now broken through the Varangian Guard and signed us back of the game. This is Great saying, thank you for watching, and on the next replay.